Thank you, Sebastian, for speaking to STEM Magazine. Sebastian Bates is from Warrior Academy, and we'll be talking about what the Warrior Academy is all about. What kind of services does it offer on the market, and we'll be talking a bit about cyberbullying in this part of the region and how students can overcome those challenges as well. So thank you, Sebastian, again for speaking to STEM Magazine.
Thank you so much, Chris, for inviting me. Excited to be interviewed by you guys.
Okay. Can we start with a brief about the Warrior Academy? What does it do?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Sebastian Bates, and I'm the founder of the Warrior Academy. The Warrior Academy is a martial arts organization that specializes in character development. So what that means is we aim to radically transform the lives of young people by developing their 3 Cs: confidence, conduct, and concentration, with the ultimate goal to set a child up for a happy and successful life as an adult. So we primarily teach in the UK and Dubai, but since COVID, we've got an online virtual learning environment around the world with students training with us around the world. We've got a 4-step methodology called the Warrior Method, which is essentially community, inspire, challenge, lead, where we guide students along a 6 to 8 year journey to transform their character and give them a black belt character.
Okay, so you mentioned about the age brackets. What kind of age brackets are those to which the academy caters to?
So we typically take from the age of 4 and above. We specialize on the kind of age group 4 to 16. After 16, our students typically are approaching black belt, and we're really at that stage trying to gear them up for an adult life. So at that stage, we're developing a lot of leadership skills. And in our academy, if you do earn a black belt, we guarantee you a job. So we've now got about 30 to 40 assistant instructors who are black belts in the UK who have been with us for 8 years. And it's quite amazing to see the teenagers who started with us at 4 years old now joining our instructors team and actually teaching as well.
Okay, sounds interesting. So what do you think? Why do you think training in martial arts is important for kids today?
So the martial arts, there's really nothing else out there like martial arts in the world. And I know I sound very very one-sided here, but as a martial artist, I've been studying the last sort of 25 to 30 years, and there are so many things about martial arts that make it so unique. That's the holistic nature. It's the focus on the mind, the body, and the spirit of an individual. I think it's the instructor-student relationship and how there's that focus on character development that you rarely see out there. I think when you're a parent looking for a class or a club for your child or an extracurricular activity or something like that, it's very hard to find something that your child really sticks to for a long time. But most of our students stay with us for 6 to 8 years because we've got this black belt journey, which is so highly structured. And it's got this ability to completely transform a character, which is what we really focus on, right? And if you look at what's built into the martial arts program or a well-structured martial arts program, you've got that focus and that emphasis on developing confidence. And confidence and having high levels of self-esteem really impacts everything we do in our lives, the decisions we make, our ability to leave our comfort zone, how we approach challenge and adventure. It impacts our relationships, the jobs we seek. And then there's that element of, developing a calm state of mind and the mindfulness and meditation that we have in our classes and that a lot of martial arts do focus on, which is really, really important, especially as students become teenagers. And what I found is giving, young people the tools to lower their own anxiety is really important. And finally, the other biggest factor I find that martial arts is just so unique with is developing conduct, what we call black belt behavior. When you send your child to a martial arts class, ultimately they're looking up to black belts, right? They walk into the dojo and they look at the other black belts and they aspire to be like them. So what is a black belt? Well, a black belt's got amazing behavior. They've got excellent respect. Their conduct's really high. So when your child's, surrounded in that environment with those sort of role models, they start to display the same kind of behavior. And so for me, having high levels of conduct, concentration, and confidence really pieces together what a black belt character is all about. And I think that's what makes martial arts so unique.
In terms of black belt, you also offered a digital black belt as well. Can you tell us about that initiative?
Yeah, sure. So one of the things we noticed as a martial arts organization, we really feel that it's our responsibility to teach our young people to defend themselves. And if you look back over the last 1,000 years, martial arts really has been teaching people to defend themselves physically from physical attacks. But of course, that's quite rare now. You don't expect your child to have a physical confrontation. It's super rare. Although we still feel it's important to train young people to defend themselves physically, we don't expect them to go through that. And one of the things I've noticed is that while the physical attacks have stopped, the actual attacks haven't. They're now online. So cyber attacks, psychological bullying, all these different things. But typically with the new kind of digital era and the fact that we're spending so much time behind screens, our children are being attacked, but the attacks have just changed. So I feel our responsibility as a martial arts organization is to teach our young people how to defend themselves online. And we really see the same kind of, the attacks that you see online as things we can block and defend from. We use a lot of martial arts terminology when we talk about cyberbullying. But ultimately, what we want to do is develop within our syllabus this ability to train our young people up to have a black belt, a digital black belt, as well as a physical black belt. So if you can imagine as a parent sending your child to the Warrior Academy, not only are they leaving with this ability to defend themselves physically and having a black belt character, but you're also got the peace of mind that they're able to defend themselves online, in the digital space, or what we call a digital black belt.
Cyberbullying is something that kids need to put up, with online classes happening. They have offline cyberbullying as well. A training in martial arts, how does that help students cope up with these challenges?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, martial arts has got this ability to develop confidence to a very, very high level. And I think when you approach martial arts in the way we do, where it's about character and conduct, we also have this huge emphasis on leadership skills, which develops emotional intelligence. So our students are able to kind of step back with a calmer state of mind and watch what's going on. So when we look at the impact of that in a confrontational situation like bullying, the values and their ability to cope with it transfers to the online digital space too. So we help students, prepare to deal with difficult transitions like changing schools, adolescence, and bullying. And those things happen online as well, right? But what I found is that most martial arts don't typically prepare students for, defending themselves online. Yes, there's that carryover to do with the character, but there isn't a set structure in place to teach them how to defend themselves from online attacks. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. And we partner with some incredible partners around the world in the digital security space, digital safety, including Barry Lee Cummings, who's one of the world's leading digital safety experts for young people. And we've developed this digital black belt routine to really carry those values over, but give it structure, really take our students on a very, very structured program to ensure they are following best practice and defending themselves online.
You recently released your new book on cyberbullying. Can you tell us about your new book?
Yeah, absolutely. So Not a Victim is essentially an emergency survival guide for parents to mentor their children through bullying. It's taken me about 2 years to write. And the reason for that is we've interviewed thousands of parents and had some incredible interviews with highly successful people that actually attest the success they've had through the bullying they've been through. What we feel, myself and Manu Siebinger, who I'm co-authoring the book with, is that bullying has got this amazing ability to make or break a child's character. And ultimately, it's down to how a child is mentored through that difficult transition. Because ultimately, bullying is not a one-off event. It's a transition where we're learning important life skills. And if we can really develop a child's mindset around bullying, give them the tools to overcome it on their own, we're setting them up to be able to have this black belt in resilience, which really will help them for the rest of their lives and prevent bullying from continuing. And what I found is that so many parents feel lost around the subject of bullying. They don't really know what to do, but they feel like they should. And there's this kind of element of guilt. When their child's going through bullying, they feel like they should know what to do. But ultimately, as parents, I've got 2 kids, and we're not born with a guidebook on how to take them through these difficult transitions. And one of the things I've noticed is that often when we are parenting, especially through something so emotional like bullying, we actually look back and we draw upon our own experiences, which can mean that we are kind of triggered by the past and previous kind of emotional experiences, which influence how we mentor our children through bullying. And that isn't necessarily a good thing, because it can impact, how positive our approach is and how well thought out our approach is. Having a calm, collected approach and a structured approach to mentoring a child through bullying is what we're all about. And that's what the Not a Victim program is about. So this book, it's going out there alongside an online course, which will take about 3 to 4 months for parents to go through. We've got an amazing scorecard parents can use as well to discover exactly where they need to work on to prepare themselves to mentor their child through bullying. And our main vision for this really is over the next 10 years, we want to mentor 1 million children through bullying. And that ultimately starts with the release of the Not a Victim book.
Thank you, Sebastian, for speaking to SEM Magazine. It was nice having you with us today. And I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Chris. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you.